Welcome to Dr. Dispatch Tutorials. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video is going to be on importing fuel purchases into Dr. Dispatch from ComData, Fleet One, EFS, T-Check, so on and so forth. This is an additional purchase. You will need to own the module, and once you have it paid for, we will send you a download link. You simply do the download on each PC that needs to use the fuel tax import, and you're ready to go. Once that's done, you just simply open fuel tax and you'll see two new buttons up here that weren't there prior to the purchase of the module. And I've already got some stuff done here to save some time. There's a setup menu now, and there's a place for you to copy and paste your path to the fuel folder that you're going to use. In other words, if you put one on your desktop called fuel import, highlight that folder from the Explorer, you can go right here and copy it, paste that in here, and you won't have to browse to your folder each time. We are working on FTP where you don't have to download the files at all. It'll be totally automatic. ComData is functional in that respect. EFS I'm working on. The others will come down the road. What it'll boil down to is once we get this done, you'll get your account information in there, turn it on, and push the button, give it a date, and it'll download that stuff for you. But today's video is going to be doing it the manual way. We know we have a folder that we're going to grab the files from Fleet One, EFS, ComData, whoever you're working with. You're going to have to get yourself set up to download the daily transaction files, not reports. These are flat files. They're import files. And put those into a fuel import folder, desktop, wherever you like. And at some point you'll do the import, choose which one you're using, and there again it's going to follow this setup path and go get the files for you. So I'm going to use this one, and here's some right here. We'll choose this one. It's only one transaction. It's an easy one. Shows all the information in the file, the amounts, the totals, dollars, price per gallon, where it was gotten, everything you need for a fuel tax record. The system also has the ability to charge the driver, for example, this entire receipt. If he was an owner-operator using my fuel card, he owes me $446.55. So when I do that and I save it, it actually will put an advance in the driver payroll system for the driver that belongs to this fuel card. Now, we're not going to do that today. I don't have the system set up for it, but you have to have the fuel cards applied to each driver. When you give him the card, there's a place in Dr. Dispatch on the driver tab to put in the fuel card number. And you got to have that if you're going to charge them advances right here. Each driver's got to match the card according to what's on the report here. Now, in other words, that card number would look just like that and enter it over here. Then I could charge that off in advance to the driver, which I'm not going to do. This new pre-import screen gives you the ability to do this. Stop at this point, delete the file, no, and come back and do more, like maybe the whole weekend. I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to go over here, go to EFS again, hit OK. Let's look for a little bigger file. There's not a lot, but there's a little more in this one. So now we've added two more records to the one that was there, and we can grow this batch as big as we want to before we save it. You can proof it. Some people actually delete some of these transactions. Somebody that's an owner-op and he's paying his own fuel tax but borrowing your card, and you don't want this fuel entry to show up in your fuel tax. You can do a controlled delete, or there's a minus button up here and get rid of it. You can actually edit and tailor data in here to fit your needs, and most importantly, I want to charge this driver. This is a company driver. I just want him to get the cash. If there was a cash advance, you could charge him that, but not the rest of the receipt. Gives you total flexibility on how you import the fuel, and most importantly, how you apply these to the driver payroll system as advances, and you don't have to do any of that by hand anymore. Now, sorry, my bad there. Once you go in here and do this, actually, we're going to grab another one because they're so small on these files I'm using. We'll grab this one here this time. Now, once I'm satisfied it's the way I want it, I don't want any check marks over here because I don't have, tells me how many. Then you get a simple report, nothing pretty, but it allows you to, in fact, this is new and I'm going to have to probably do some work on it. but it's going to show the basics here and what you got and card numbers, and it does show whether you charge the driver or not, so you'll be able to see those amounts and go check your advances in payroll to make sure you're seeing what you should see. There again, print it, PDF it, do what you wish with it, ready for the next import, and it's going to ask you to delete the file, and I suggest you do this. There's no way to guard against importing this stuff 2 times. If you import it once, don't delete the file, it's very possible somebody could delete the whole thing again. So fair warning on that. There's just no other way to do it. I am going to delete the file. Actually, I'm not, since this is a test and I use this data and we're ready to go the next time. And of course, you can do show all here. Group this stuff up by date. And if you want to check what you just imported, you could go here and do something like this and check the transactions you just brought in. Just take any column up here and drop it and use these grids to your advantage. They're very powerful. Okay, that'll end today's video. Pretty simple to do this. The biggest problem you're going to have is getting the proper files from the vending company. I want you to know these files are created by me per their instructions. They don't have any, they have one choice of file. They give it to me, tell me how to do it, but amazingly enough, they tell our customers, a lot of them, well, we don't know what they're talking about. Email if you need any help, support@drdispatch.com, and if we can give you any info on the files, we will. Thanks a lot.